Looking around me in central London, I'm surrounded by beautiful restaurants and exotic smells. Whether you're coming for a three-course meal or maybe just a cocktail, this is the place to be. Today I'm going to be looking at some spectacular restaurants and tasting some of their sensational foods from all around the world. So let's go and see what they've got to offer. Luck has often been on her side. However, lack of confidence always stood in her way. But since studying at a leadership academy, she hasn't stopped. Public speaking, organising fashion shows to raise money for charity, you name it, she's done it all. Her confidence is higher than ever with the support of her fiancé Adam Smith. She has recently published her first book, Fear to Freedom. So, without further ado, let's speak to the woman herself. It's Anna Hodges. Thank you for coming onto the show today.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations on your engagement. When's the big day?
It's in 6 months' time on the 23rd of July.
Very exciting. Now, of course, you're here to talk about your new book that you've published. But first, tell me about your confidence issues. When did you realise, right, I've got to do something about this?
It was probably just before I started Leadership Academy and I think it was that extra push, starting something new, thought I had to get myself together.
Yeah, now the Leadership Academy, what's that all about? Tell me about it.
It made us do public speaking, we worked with school kids, we worked with street kids and character building.
Now your new book, Fear to Freedom, tell us about that.
Well, I thought there's a lot of people with confidence issues out there, so I wanted them to be able to identify with what I went through and hopefully that'll help them out as well.
Yeah, so it's for people that have gone through the same experiences as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so will you be writing more books?
I hope so, maybe on a different chapter of my life, but it'll still be the essence of what I've always talked about.
So now your confidence is sky high, what's next for you?
Well, a few months ago I travelled to New York and I fell in love with the place, so
Wow.
we hope to move over there and Adam can go with the film editing and I'll crack on with the fashion world.
Well, the very best of luck with that and thank you for coming on today. That's all we have time for today, so join me again tomorrow with another fabulous guest. See you soon. Oxford Street is one of the busiest streets in London and where fashion means serious business. We're going to be looking at the latest trends of this season and the very must-haves for every girl's wardrobe. We're also going to be finding out how high street differs from designer and how you can look fantastic for half the price. Don't go anywhere and I'll see you after the break. It was announced last night that the Fashion Week in Paris might not be taking place next month due to some misunderstanding between the designers and the models. Earlier this week there's been a heated controversy about size. Fashion designers believe that this year's collection would be more successful if the models increased their size slightly, but models have refused to gain a dress size. Reporter Susan Bank is now live in Paris to find out if this disagreement can be solved before the show next month. Fashion has always been part of our lives. We see it on TV, in films and even in glossy magazines. There's always something new on the market, whether it's a designer handbag or some trendy shoes. We all want to get our hands on them. But how much is too much for children? Should children be exposed to designer at such an early age? And who's to blame? Now they may feel pressured by the media to look and dress a certain way, but is dressing head to toe in designer labels the solution? I'm now joined by Tracy Baker, whose daughter at the age of 10 has been wearing designer clothes since she's been born. Now Tracy, tell me, on average, how much have you spent on your daughter?
I have no idea. I probably couldn't even guess, but I guess one example would be I bought a pair of Ugg boots for her last week, which were just over £100, so that's quite a regular occurrence, unfortunately.
Wow, that's an extraordinary amount. I mean, why designer? Surely high street is just as good.
It is. I do buy a lot of high street as well, but now the kids, they see them everywhere and their friends have them, and then you feel this pressure as a parent to be a good parent by buying all this stuff. So I don't know, you just get sucked into it and then you can't get out.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. Well, that's it. Some people may agree with that, some people may not. To have your say, log on to www.fashionworld.com and I'll see you soon. This week, the award-winning theatre production Warhorse raised its curtains internationally. The tour started 2 days ago and the tickets have almost sold out. Performing in more than 10 countries which include France, China, Mauritius and even Australia. The smash hit production by Nick Stafford is about the First World War and the extraordinary bond between a young recruit and his horse. The thrilling visuals with the astonishing life-size puppets make Warhorse the must-see production of the year.